Exploration Day 2. Hello there, people who have access to the internet and are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun, if you prefer. And this time on Pikmin 3 Deluxe, we have unlocked the Garden of Hope. I've tracked down Brittany's signal. Right now, finding her is my highest priority. However, I'm also very concerned that our cosmic drive key is now missing. If I don't find that, the Drake won't be able to fly fast enough to get us back to Kopai. That would be very, very bad. And I'll briefly summarize what we did last time. Last time I introduced us to the game, basically by going over the tutorial stuff and getting through that, because this is where the game actually gets fun. The first day is basically the same no matter what. But Pikmin 3, and all the Pikmin games for that matter, are basically speedrunner's paradise. The whole game is designed to be optimized. It's a strategy game, so strategy, speedrunning, basically the same thing. So, after the first day, the game opens up and now allows you to basically speedrun it if you want to. I'll be going at my preferred pace, so I'm not going to be super fast, but I might also not be super slow. Because I have played this game a lot. And another thing that we will be doing is we'll be exhausting all the talk dialogue. Well, actually no, that's a lie. We won't be exhausting all of it, but we'll be talking every chance we get. Using the Y button to... Just 3 days worth of food left on the ship now, at most. Time is running out. We must find Brittany soon. That's not the dialogue I wanted to get for today, so I'm gonna go through it a couple more times to see if I can get it. Nope. That's basic. There it is. I still can't shake this awful feeling that there was something more to our crash than we know. It felt almost as if some power from the planet's surface was manipulating our ship. Whatever. We'll just brush past that. Instead, we'll land in the Garden of Hope. Where's Brittany? I love those intro cutscenes for new areas. They're just so pretty. Brittany should be around here somewhere. Something is flashing on my map. Maybe it's her. I'm running out of sustenance, so I hope I find her before it's too late. And... don't know why they didn't just make this the same dialogue. It looks like the onion has followed me here. So where are the Pikmin? This is how you take out Pikmin. You stand under the onion, press A, and you can withdraw as many as you need to, /like. Still don't like red Pikmin, but we have to use them because we have to. Oh, that's right, the data file I found explained all this. The onion is the Pikmin's nest. I just explained that. I'm going to install an application on the Copad that lets me check the Pikmin status remotely. Still love the installing sound effect. Pikmin Info is actually a useful app on the Copad. These are just data files, like, literally what it just, like this one, plucking Pikmin. Yeah, pretty basic lame stuff. This is the Picklepedia, which is basically cataloging all the monsters you fight, but the real useful, app on the Copad, aside from, like, the camera and the actual globe, is this. Pikmin Info gives you details on all the Pikmin and what they're currently doing. This can help you keep track of Pikmin, especially when we get into a later mechanic that'll be introduced in this day, and it'll probably flow better if I just introduce it then. For now, we need to get started on daily tasks. First thing you pretty much always want to do, if there are any creatures or pellets near your base, you're gonna want to grab them. Mostly just because you're gonna probably want more Pikmin. And I'm moving quick because I want to open more stuff up. Like knocking down this wall and building this bridge. And also I need to pluck these guys. So yeah. You can just leave Pikmin to knock down a wall by themselves or a bridge by themselves. And abridging that process of building bridges... See what I did there? Basically, Pikmin will build bridges by taking pieces, carrying them to the bridge, and then when they're done, they're going to carry the pieces back to the start of where they found them. In this case, the Pikmin... New mechanic that I have to now explain interrupting me. He's just saying flowers bloomed on the head. This just basically increases their strength and speed. So you pretty much always want to flower them, when possible, using nectar. So yes. Oh, an achievement for just following the tutorials, I guess. But yeah, when Pikmin are done building a bridge, they'll come back to where they originally found the pieces. There was a data file that explained all that, but I don't like the data files. They kind of impose on what I was trying to make my job, but whatever. Anyway. Next thing to note is if you cross this bridge, we encounter our first real threatening enemy. Alf says that we can sneak up on it, which is a good idea, because what you're going to want to do is come around back and charge. And goes down, not instantly, but close enough. But yeah, multitasking is the name of the game. Wait, no, that's not right. Name of the game is Pikmin 3 Deluxe. But multitasking is your main strategy. Is that even a strategy, or is that just a normal thing to think? Anyway, point is, you want to multitask. Because while they're knocking down that wall, I can be making new Pikmin. Which I don't even like red Pikmin that much, so I don't know why I'm making them. But whatever. Even if you don't like a particular kind of Pikmin, it's not a bad idea to make more. Just because all Pikmin technically have uses, even though if I think that red Pikmin don't. So, yeah. You probably want to make more, just because it's always good to have backup, and also because, I don't know, you never know how many you might need. Oh no! Brittany's just lying there! I hope I'm not too late! Pick up, Brittany! Pick up! Please still be alive! That's honestly one of the funniest things I've ever read. I keep forgetting that's what he actually says, but that's hilarious. Please still be alive. Oh wait, no, the terrible voice, why, Alf, sorry about that. I was just taking a little nap. So you're close by? Why wasn't I moving, you ask? Hee. Well, you know me. I'm a pretty sound sleeper, even with all these creatures creeping around. But never mind that. Listen, I discovered what looks like a piece of fruit. Sits over there. But I'm kind of stuck here for the time being. Could you go and check it out for me? Doesn't mean I get to stop doing that voice? Then yes. Yes, I can. Well, look at that. It's a piece of fruit. Wow, it's even bigger than I thought it would be. If this giant thing really is fruit, then we've hit the jackpot. I'd like to analyze it at the Drake, but how do I get it there? Huh, it's not like you have, like, 46 soldiers following you that would be happy to carry it. But yeah, just throw Pikmin and they'll take it back. Now, let's break this down. See, this is why I don't like red Pikmin. They can't even get through this simple wall. Jeez, man. Huh. Anyway. Well, guess I'm gonna have to cave in and go this way. I'm proud of myself. What is that thing? That would appear to be a jellyfish elf. You see, red Pikmin aren't my favorite. And I get Why do I get interrupted? Can I stop getting interrupted? Oh, the Drake is sending us a message. Analyzing recovery. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing my digital voice. It's a sunseed berry, which is not the actual name of the fruit in real life. Creative liberties, I guess? I don't know. Have they never seen a strawberry before? Guess not. Large quantities of Pikmin you detected. This is a seed-bearing fruit, making cultivation on Kopai possible. Juice from this fruit is safe for consumption by crew members. Oh wow, now we got 3 days of juice. Again. Yeah, that's right. I'll add a fruit file to the copad where we can store the results of our analysis. Not useful, but does build lore. I mean, that's sort of like the Piclopedia, so yeah, I guess it's kind of useful if you want to lore. Installing sound effect never gets old. But since I don't know much about plants, I'll ask Brittany to write the reports. She is the botanist, after all. Now we know all 3 of our crew members' specialties. Alpha's the engineer, Charlie's the captain, and Brittany's the botanist. Why couldn't they make Alf, like, something that starts with A? Because, like, Brittany for botanist, and Charlie for engineer starts with E. Alf, are you sure your name isn't Edward? Just asking. Yeah, I don't really like red Pikmin. So, it's safe to say that I'll be using them less often. And now, segue, could you please, thank you. And now, I'll be ready to rock Pikmin! This is my favorite type of Pikmin. Are these creatures Pikmin too? They're giving me a funny look. Yeah, they're wondering why you have a bunch of red Pikmin, even though they're the worst. They're not actually the worst, it's just my opinion. Actually, wait, no, I did a full, like, 1-hour thing talking to my friends about how red Pikmin are the worst. Never mind, rock Pikmin are the best, I love them! Yeah, rock Pikmin can shatter crystal/glass, which is not something to be said about red Pikmin. So, they're a lot tougher than red Pikmin. And are a lot more sharp, I guess? They carry more I don't know. Oh yeah, and hopefully you can read, because that's how you switch Pikmin. You use L and R, pretty self-explanatory. Want to rotate left, use L. Want to rotate right, use R. And when I want to split them up by type, I'll use Y to dismiss the squad. Yep. Actually, you use Y, and then you press down, because Y also has a couple of other functions when we get to that stuff that we unlock in a little while. But yeah, rock Pikmin are the best. I love them so much. They're basically just, in my opinion, better red Pikmin. So yeah, break these crystals apart and you'll get pellets. Which are beneficial because it makes more rock Pikmin, which you're probably gonna want. / you're gonna need. Also, note that the rock Pikmin onion is over here and not back at the main base. So, anytime you have them carry anything back to the onion, they're gonna take it here. Make a note of that. And now, do I want that? I need to collect all data files for the achievement, don't I? Okay. Whatever. Oh! Almost forgot to mention this, because I internalized this. Majority Pikmin will determine the color of the sprouts. It's not based on, like, oh, you get one for each Pikmin type that is carrying. It's, if there's, you know, whatever type of Pikmin has the most Pikmin carrying an object will be the color of all the sprouts. So keep that in mind. It shows a nice graphic of what that looks like. Oh, and to tell that, the number of the object that's being carried will change to that Pikmin's color. Red for red Pikmin, gray for rocks. So now we can break this wall. So, now that we're glassed that obstacle, we can move on to this one, which is freeing Brittany. Which is simple as just charging all your rock Pikmin into the wall. Brittany! Yay! Oh no, not more of the horrible. Woo! I can tell you how happy I am to get out of that place! I'm not redoing that. I'm sick of sleeping outside, and I'm super hungry! What's with your entourage there? What's that you say? They're called Pikmin? They're cute! Yes, they are. Only 22 of them, though. The other 43 are not. But we don't have time for cuteness right now. Look over there, Elf! Let's work together and nab that huge piece of fruit. Okay. Lock on. You can throw Brittany. Which throws her over there, and then you toss her some Pikmin. And this demonstrates teamwork throw things. Basically, you toss another captain to the place that you can't reach, and they're able to act from there. Pretty neat stuff. Basic puzzle solving. I'll take it from here. Press Y and select me if you'd be so kind. Okay. Yeah, that's what I said. That's sort of what I said. Y is used for other functionalities. Oh, and multitasking is even easier when you have two people. Basically, Brittany can be plucking the Pikmin back at base while you're off adventuring, or vice versa if you're playing as Brittany and you have Alf back at base. Simple stuff. So, switching to Brittany and throwing the 5 Pikmin needed, but technically 6, whatever. And also, important thing that I'm actually glad they bring up in a data file, otherwise you might not know this. Getting this activates the Go Here feature. It's not activated before you get this data file. One time a data file is useful. Go Here basically allows you to auto-move a captain. So, if you want a captain to go back at base, but you don't want to control them all the way back, just send them with the Go Here. It's automatically programmed to take you to wherever you want them to go, so you can multitask while one captain is moving and the other captain can actually be doing things. And I'm gonna brush over it. It's basically just saying, use Go Here to be more productive. Fair enough. Anyway. Next up, we got these enemies. These are Scudder Chucks. One hit with a rock Pikmin and they're dead. Because if you can manage to hit them. I think I need to explain, like, Pikmin, mechanics, like, actually explain Pikmin mechanics. But at the same time, I feel like I'm just gonna get interrupted again, so should I? Okay. As you notice, rock Pikmin are the only ones that can break glass objects. This is because each Pikmin type has their own unique specialties, what they can and can't do. Rock Pikmin can break crystals and glass and such. And can also be the most powerful Pikmin in the game. Because rock Pikmin do 1.5 times the damage of other Pikmin, but only when being thrown. When charged, or just attacking and ramming themselves into things, they do normal damage. Red Pikmin do 1.5 damage all the time, but I still don't like them because you can just throw rocks, right? Also, rock Pikmin again can break grass, whereas red Pikmin's thing is that they're immune to fire, but that's not even all that useful, Just because, like, there aren't that many fire obstacles in the game. But now that we have the rock Pikmin, we can break down this barrier and cutscene. Now, hey, that's not our voice. Now, what could this be? The raider's picking something up. The radar's detecting a signal of some sort. Maybe it's a new type of food. What kind of food gives off a signal? Like what? Did they, like, is it radioactive? They put like a microchip in it? Like what? What makes you jump I get you're the botanist, but still, shouldn't you know how botany works? Unless, of course, the food on your home planet does give off signals. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go and look right away! So back to what I was saying about red and rock Pikmin. Red Pikmin are fire immune, which means when this guy tries to blow on them with fire, if he would try to blow on them, these are fiery blowhawks, they blow fire. But, yeah, they can't even blow on them with fire. Okay, that's just kind of sad. More cutscene. I'm trying to explain a game mechanic. Jeez, game. On the opposite shore, there are materials for building a bridge. I bet if Alf and I work together, we can get it done in no time. Ask Alf to join the squad, move the cursor over him, and call him by pressing B. Is Alf not in the squad? No, he is. Okay. Anyway. Rock Pikmin do 1.5 damage when thrown, red Pikmin do 1.5 all the time. But the thing is that red Pikmin's thing is that they're immune to fire. Rock Pikmin can break glass, but also are immune to being crushed and pierced. Making them better, in my opinion, because they have more immunities and an actual usefulness. Yeah. That's why, like, and they do the 1.5 like reds, except, like, sure, you have to throw them, but, like, does that even matter? It's like, because, like, if you're charging, does that 1.5 even matter? I don't know. I personally prefer rocks. You're valid to have your own opinions, but I think for later events in the game also, rocks are just a lot more useful. The signal must be coming from there. That it must, Alf. That it must. Anyway. Now I'll demonstrate go here. If I want to, I can just send Brittany to go do this. Auto moves. I can come back here. And Brittany is now all the way over here. That's not like a far distance, but you get the point. But this is useful because now we can rejoin with the whole 3 Pikmin that I retrieved. Wow. And we can prepare to go this way. I'm gonna do my best to get this done, but I don't know if I'll be able to, because I did a lot more talking and pausing than I usually do. Story time. What? What's this data file doing all the way out here? Why did I decide to... I should have just been out. Okay. My search for treasure continues with no luck, but I can't fly back home to Hocotate without procuring a few priceless artifacts. I'm sensing something valuable up ahead, but I'm also sensing danger. So if someone finds this data file, please send word to my son that I didn't make it. Captain Olimar. Captain Olimar? There's another captain who's been through here, and he's from Hocotate? People from their planet goes to such extremes to salvage treasure. Maybe it's all the vegetables they eat that makes them so treasure crave. You heard it here first, kids. Eating vegetables makes you want treasure. It doesn't actually, but sure. Just judge people by their covers, Brittany. Jeez. Well, sad to say, it looks like this Olimar met us an end up ahead. We better be careful. Yes, that's... Yeah, we're gonna keep going if you think that he actually died, too. Alright. Now, you may be thinking it's only the 2nd episode, but what good would a 2nd episode be without the first boss of the game! Introducing the first boss of the game. The one, the only, the menacing Armored Monad! Basically, the strategy for this boss is... Wow, data file, explain it for me. It's soft on the inside, and it's showing red Pikmin, though I personally don't use red Pikmin, just because I don't like them. But, you want to break its crystal shell with rock Pikmin. And then, once it's done, you just spam your Pikmin and hopefully kill it. And look at that. I'm pretty sure that you can't kill it in one cycle, and that's why it does that. Because this always happens. I always get it down to like basically 0 HP, and it lives. But the only way to do damage is by attacking the inner skin after you break the crystal. Simple enough. Oh yeah, that was supposed to be a boss. I made that look way too easy. It's actually kind of difficult on some of your first times through, so it's not your fault if, you know, you fail a couple of times or something. Just know that you need to be patient and just give it your best. I mean, because that's what games are about, having fun. So don't feel bad if you can't go this fast, because this is basically me. I've played this game a lot. So I basically, even though I said I wouldn't really be speedrunning, I've kind of been speedrunning this second day. Just because I wasn't very happy with the pace of the first episode. Because it was very slow, and I don't like tutorials. Especially in games that I already know how to play. Wanted to take that brief moment because more story! If this is where the signal was coming from, then that means we still don't know where the captain is. Okay then, well for now we'll take this back to the drink for analysis. It looked like it would be useful. Alright, put your red Pikmin on this, because you don't really care. And put your red Pikmin on the fruit, because you don't really care. You want to make sure this gets back, and you want to make sure that the fruit gets back. Because those are the important things. Now your rock Pikmin can go on this thing, because it's gonna give you more rock Pikmin, because it's a corpse. Anyway, there's nothing else back here, it's just a boss arena and a boss lead-up path thing. But yeah, that's basically the first boss, and that's the theme with the boss. Oh, now I have to explain the... I was trying to... Why does this keep happening? Is this just gonna be the thing for the entire Let's Play? Just me getting interrupted every time I try to explain something? Okay. It'll be sundown before too long! Oh, didn't you mention that nocturnal predators will attack any stray Pikmin? This is actually a really well done tutorial. It looks like the Pikmin in the area of the nest. It looks like the Pikmin in the area of the nest thing we call an onion get back on their own, though. Basically, Pikmin need to be inside that ring around the onion, or be in your party. Otherwise, they will die. There is a bit of Leon's, and if you're in a loading zone, then they won't die. Not you, the Pikmin. They won't die, but it's a very slim area, so it's only just for those coincidences where you just catch up to them, but they enter a loading zone, and there's not much you can do about it. Anyway, basically, you want to call back all your Pikmin to your squad, or if any idle Pikmin are out, you can hit a button on the ship, the Drake, and it'll call back any idle Pikmin. Not working Pikmin, though. Only idle Pikmin. That's what she's gonna say. Yep. That's a new feature to Deluxe, so I almost forgot about it. But yeah, there's that whistle on the Drake that'll help with that. Can you fit any more? I really want to get this back. So the theme with bosses is that bosses drop a really large fruit, a big corpse worth a lot of Pikmin, and they also usually generate some story element, like that cell phone. Yes, that's what a cell phone used to look like. I'm just as shocked as you. Not really, I knew that. Anyway. So, explained bosses. I feel like I was explaining something else and also got interrupted. But did I? No. I think that's mostly it. And I just realized that maybe I shouldn't have made that red Pikmin counter, because now I have to count every video. And it'll take a long time. It took me a long time just to do the first video. Oh, a message from the Drake! Computer voice. Analyzing recovered item. Data glutton. I'm pretty sure that's called a cellular phone. An ancient communication device used on this planet. Jeez! People aren't that old. Have some respect, Drake. It contains technology unknown to Kopai and is emitting a signal even now. Wait, are you saying that Kopaians couldn't even figure out basic cell phone technology? I know that that's exactly what he's saying. Anyway, I played the game. It's called making a joke. Please don't think that I'm stupid. I'll take a look at this tonight and see if we have any use for it. That's called foreshadowing, because we do have a use for it. We might have a few ideas with this engineer's expertise. Anyway. I might want to grab that thing, because it doesn't look like they're going to make it back with the armored mod ad. Especially not to the rock onion, which is all the way out over there. Nowhere close. So yeah, you guys start bringing that through, but I'm just gonna whistle you all so you're safe from the death of night. Oh, I forgot how much I missed the sound. Wait, no. I missed the sound of the ship saying new freight recovered in like its altered ship voice. And that's what happens. A countdown appears, meaning that you have that many seconds before the day is over and your Pikmin perish if they're not in your party or in this circle. Yeah, it can be menacing, like especially like for your first time, but don't worry, you'll get used to it. But even still, keep a track of your Pikmin. And this is why I said that this app was really useful, because it tells me exactly how many Pikmin are in the onion and in the field, so I have my total Pikmin known. I also know what Pikmin are with me, and which ones are out and about. Also, that Pikmin counter up in the right-hand corner shows you how many Pikmin are not in your party. At this moment, it's 0. Not in your party, but that are not safe, because the base area. Oh, this ending day song. Getting nostalgic, even though I last played this like only a couple months ago. Wow. I just love that song. Beaming everyone up into the ships and onions. It's great. And we have Blast Off. And also Predators. A bull bear and a dwarf bull bear. Not a bull bear, a bull borb. Bull bears and bull borbs are completely different enemies. Don't get them mixed up. Please don't. One is a lot more threatening than the other. Yeah, Bulborb and Dwarf Bulborb. I also keep thinking Bulbasaur for some reason. Also, plot, or game mechanic, or whatever you want to call it. Very interesting. The two of them merged into one. I'll have to make a note of this fascinating behavior. Yeah, and this is new to Pikmin 3, and / Pikmin 3 Deluxe. The onions will all fuse into one big onion. Before in Pikmin 1 and 2, you would have to go to each individual onion for your individual Pikmin. Now it's just one onion, which makes things a lot more easy and manageable, and means there doesn't have to be a large starting area. It can be a lot more small, but still sizable. Let's analyze the other fruit, too. The Face Wrinkler. Weird name for a lemon. Lemon guess. You couldn't come up with anything better. Just like I couldn't come up with a better pun. But it's kind of still an appropriate name. I just love this game so much, especially the juicing. We already saw the Sunseed Berry, so juice it up! Ah! The fruits of our labor for defeating the boss. Even though it's not a difficult boss for me, I made it look way too easy. It can be a lot tougher. I know it was for me my first couple of times. The Fire-Breathing Feast. It's a dragon fruit, so it makes sense why they named it this. Looks like a fireball when you turn it like this, so I can also get that. But boss fruits, ones that are dropped by bosses, give a lot more juice than pretty much any other fruit in the game. For the first two? I think it's two bosses, they give 2.5 juices. And for the rest of them, they give a whole 3. For 3, 4, and 5. Bosses 3, 4, and 5. Spoilers, there are only 5 bosses in the game. They give a whole 3 juices. So, that's pretty good. Oh, rushing out the juice! No extra gulps for anyone! Don't worry, you only drink 1 juice per day, even if you have multiple crewmates. It's just how the game works. It's a lot easier to math out for strategists, and people that aren't as good as math, just knowing that the number of juice is the number of days, and you don't have to account for crewmates and anything. Day 2. I would say it was a pretty good day. I made way too many red Pikmin, especially since I don't like them. But, okay, in all honesty, I probably still want to have at least 100 red Pikmin, because I like having 100 of each Pikmin, even if I never use red Pikmin that often. I still like having them, just because. Oh, and 0 deaths so far, that's also a good thing. Yeah. I believe these are the achievements. Correct. So, we got this achievement for defeating the Armored Maudad. It's called Flaw in the Armor. And we also got Intelligent Life for gathering 15 data files. Anything else? We also got a fruit, so we got Bearing Fruit. Any new achievements that I forgot to mention? No. You can also check your rank. And there are story badges, side story there's badges for every game mode. And the, like, pure completionist badges. But 10% of the way through, and 22% of the way through the story badges. This is just because a lot of the achievements are either early game things, or you have to practice the game diligently. So, let me tell you, on my own save file, I got 100% already. And it actually took me like a little bit of work. Not much, but I'm pretty sure that anyone can get all these achievements, and that's why all the achievements are here, and not, like, none of them are stupid difficult, because that's not the type of style Nintendo goes for. Yeah. So, I guess we'll have to see what becomes of that cell phone next time. But for now, we recovered the communication device that was inside the Armored Maudad. According to Elf, this device contains parts that may expand the droid's communications range. I've never seen him so excited. I'm more than happy to write today's report while Elf examines the device. Sometimes he can be so diligent. Brittany! Why did I do that voice? Oh, breaking my outro, to say, defeat bosses is now available because you defeated the Armored Maudad, which is the first boss. But yes, my name has been, will be tomorrow, the day after that, and the day after, and after, and after, and forever, Pun Food.